Hello Internet, welcome back to our Riding One playthrough. I did get our toolbar sorted. Apparently if you scroll your mouse wheel, I don't really get what it's doing with this, but if you scroll it, it changes your layout, so I had just scrolled off, I guess, by mistake, so I did get that back. And we are currently in the Amicad, which is through the strange portal. We're going to rest because we've been encountering some pretty scary stuff. I kind of wish the dungeons did not scale with your level. I kind of wish they just had a set level that no matter what time of the game you go there, you're always going to encounter like level 15 creatures or level 15 to 20 or whatever. Kind of hate that so many of the dungeons seem to scale with your level because that makes it so there's really no easy way to approach things. Like that is 100% me not liking super challenging stuff. We take so much damage. I had a shield and everything. Absorbs. Okay, dealt 9 damage. That's my damage. 77 damage, 69 damage. We're taking so much freaking damage. Let's heal for free. And let's teleport out of here because we're in an area where there's just a ton of crap hitting us. And I don't want to be here anymore. So let's jump. Can't jump there. Really don't like the jump menu. Sometimes it just does not work. It's green. Why wouldn't I be able to jump here? Okay, can jump there. Then let's teleport. Oh, we don't have any chaos orbs. We do, but no, we don't. We don't have any because we were out of combat. Let's head around the corner so things will stop hitting us. Let's get regen, and then hopefully they just come around the corner like 1 or 2 at a time. Got our wormy boy back. Pop our shield immediately. They actually don't seem very interested in chasing us, so we're going to go ahead and rest and get our cooldowns back. We're going to pop our shield as soon as we get around the corner, and we're going to jump down there to close ground as quickly as possible. Where did they go? There were some scary enemies here that seem to have moved on to a different area. Unless our wormy boy managed to kill some of them before we retreated. Although that seems unlikely because he's basically worthless. Okay, they're just gone. That's fine. Okay. And we're going to just continue exploring. Yeah, I kind of, I don't need things to be super easy. And I recognize that making all the levels, all the dungeons have a set level range makes it easier. But that's kind of what I want. I don't need it to be ultimately challenging. Part of playing a game is that feeling of power. I don't mind roguelikes. I like roguelikes. And permadeath is fine, but you've already given your characters multiple lives, so why not make it just a little bit easier on them and set a level range where we know every time we go into the Daikara, it's going to be level 15 to 18 creatures, and then maybe a level 20 up to level 22 on the super boss stuff. Like, why can't you just set that out? Because until I learn which dungeons scale, I have no idea what I'm walking into. And many times the min level thing, you've heard me complain about this many times, is just completely wrong. And so here we're in the strange portal. There's no mention of what level to expect. The strange portal itself is a level 1 area. So you expect not level 25 creatures. But because we're level 22, we're bumping into a lot of scary things. And it's just a little irritating, is all. It's just frustrating, to some extent. I am someone, I'm realizing more and more, who gets frustrated over video games. When I think things are a certain way and then they turn out to be something different, I'm extremely frustrated by that. Because I expect, like, you have expectations. How long are we pinned for? 1 turn? We're off balance for 1 turn. Where's the pinning? Pinned to the ground for 6 freaking turns. Pinning does seem really strong because it does have longer durations. Like if you look at my diseases, I think they have the same basic duration, but they deal like 2 damage. But being unable to move at all for 6 full turns is a serious hamper to a melee character. I think we can still jump, which makes no sense. But at least we could close ground and deal damage while we were pinned. Let our wormy boy fight whatever's going on over there. We'll come over here and rest. Oh, let's do commentary. Well, my grandmother hurt herself, hurt her leg, so I'm kind of like on call if she needs any help or anything. We have a named enemy back there. Do you have ranged abilities? He's also resistant to fire, which we deal a lot of fire and light damage, so reducing those damages is not great. Let's look at his talents. He has that don't die until you're negative 456 health. He looks like a thief otherwise. Oh, no, he's like us. He has the demented trees. So he does not have the summon enemies tree, I don't think, but he has tentacle abilities and some thief type abilities. Mind disruption, confuse. Let's tentacle everybody. Then let's back. I'm confused. I pressed the button to move away from the enemies, and it moved me towards the enemies. And now he's closed ground, so there's really no reason to back off. So we'll constrict, fail to constrict, fail to constrict. We'll constrict him. We will whirlwind to kill the we didn't kill the Minotaur. Okay. I mean, we survived it. Wormy Boy didn't make it, but yes, so she's hurt, which is slows everything down, and of course she's not working, which is, I'm sure frustrates her to sit around all day. And yeah, it's not good, It's one of those things that's a reminder that people are aging, and you kind of never want to think about it. What in the name of God? Glorina, the large white snake. So it's just a snake, but it's got like a purple aura. Transcendent telekinesis, thermal shield. So I guess 100% fire resistance would be my guess on thermal shield. We can take a look at it. Thermal shield. Shield that will absorb 40% of all fire, cold, light, or arcane. Every time your shield absorbs damage, you convert that into energy. I mean, that's not that great. Kinetic shield worries me more because that's the two of these shields combined is pretty substantial. It looks like he has most of the different not resistances, what am I thinking, elements covered. He's also level 26 and has 1500 hit points. We're going to constrict him. It killed my worm. We'll whirlwind. Oh, it was invisible, and it dealt me a ton of damage. Hits me for 177 total damage. Heals from nature damage. So I have an absorb effect right now. I'm not really sure why that is. Heals from nature damage. I'm stunned. Temporarily forgotten carrion feat. I don't really care about that. Oh, we didn't have our shield up. Okay. Pop our shield. Pop our instant heal. We'll wait a turn or two and then we'll pop regen as well. Are we constricting you? We are. So this will pummel them for a ton of damage. Okay. Try bumping attack. Okay, our shield is gone. Pop our regen. Is on cooldown. Pop our damage protection ability. Let's turn into a bear to reduce our damage even further. Pop our regen. We're still blind. We're taking damage over time. Presumably, we're still constricting it. Just bump attack. I mean, can we cure our blindness? I don't really think we can. Is no longer pinned. We'll do this as well. Oh, we already did. I was going to say we'll do that as well for the damage reduction. And we can heal ourselves. There we can see again. Wow, you are tanking this damage really well. Let's just bump attack. Bump attack. Taking a hit. Don't have any heal abilities. We could run away. Everything's on cooldown for 2 more turns at least. Bump attack. Man. Just bump attack. We're dead. Yeah. I mean, our you can see here our teleport ability was on cooldown. Our jump ability was on cooldown. Everything was on cooldown. We were never going to make it away from that enemy. And there for several turns we didn't take that much damage. So I thought that we were okay. Like for a while there we were only taking 10, 11 damage, 20 damage per turn. And then all of a sudden it hits us for... Riding One was electrocuted to death. Where 56 lightning, 23 physical for 285 freaking damage. Okay, Let's head back in before it has a chance to really heal. Send me back. Send me back. It completely healed anyway. Irritating. Pop our shield. Constrict. Pummel it. Bump attack. Bump attack. Man, we're taking so much freaking damage. Whirlwind. Great, we killed it. Not great. I'm pretty sure we're down to 1 life. Oh, never mind. We have 2 lives, plus we have the Blood of Life, which will allow us to resurrect 1 time. I really wish it would give you the option to use that Blood of Life whenever you want. Like here, we died, and it took us to the Eidolon plane, and we had the choice of going back here, going to the world map, or resting, or whatever. I would rather it give us the chance to use the Blood of Life upon anytime we die, because if we use so basically if we die and we lose all of our lives and we die one more time, we don't go to the Eidolon plane, so we never get the option to go to the world map. So in that scenario, we have to go back and fight whatever we were fighting. So I do kind of wish that this was usable at any time, because like in this situation where we were going to head back into the fight no matter what, we could have just drank that right away, gotten back into the fight, and it would have not healed, and we would have healed, and it would have been a lot easier. So we'll go ahead and bump attack. There are more enemies here. Let's rest, because I don't think it can follow us. And we'll just chill out, and head across. I mean, we're just going to continue exploring. Obviously very dangerous to be in this dungeon. Did we level up? Still have not leveled up, despite fighting some very scary stuff. Which is not good. We're not doing great, in my opinion. I feel like the last 4 or 5 episodes, I think we've died 3 times, and prior to that we were doing excellent. So I'm getting concerned that we're hitting a wall with the enemy levels and things, because again, basically at this point, no matter where we go, we're getting enemies that scale with our level. So like, things are a lot scarier now than they were in the first handful of dungeons where things were a little easier to understand. Guessing you have dark resistance. 100% dark. So our tentacle abilities are not going to work there. Okay, so he's going to be pretty resistant to our tentacles, but they also have to pass a save or have their damage reduced. Sorry, my family is once again yelling back and forth. Even though they ask me, hey, are you recording? And then I say yes. And then they say, okay, we're going to be quiet. And then they shout at each other, because that's how they communicate. Okay, just bump attack. We're taking a lot of damage because I'm a little frustrated, so I'm not paying attention. Let's move around the corner, kill this thing. I don't know why it thought it could chase me down. Rest, get our cooldowns, and head back into the fray. A lot of open areas in this dungeon as well, which is leading to some problems. So yeah, Grandma hurt herself. I think our cat is dying as well. I don't like cats very much, but the idea of one of our pets dying is really distressing to me. They have a vet appointment, so basically we got the cat. It was like really bad storms, and it was just in our yard, and we couldn't find anyone who would claim her. We got Flow Rider Cashmere Cloak. What are we wearing? Pretty good cloak. Oh, we got a name. Oh, it's a great sword. Of course it's a great sword. We do have this basic weapon, so we could convert that into an artifact. Why don't we do that right now? We talked about that in the last episode and never did anything with it. So use this on the longsword. Creates crystalline dwarven steel longsword. Very high power. Did that use up the item? It did. Which is extremely annoying, because the item said 1 of 1 charge, and normally when you see items with charges, you can reuse them. So I'm a little frustrated that there's no indicator at all that that was a single-use item. Pretty stupid, in my opinion, because every other item we've found that has charges can be used over and over and over. So, little irritated. Kind of, there are so many things. I like ToME. I have been enjoying, for the most part, the game itself, the actual gameplay. But there are hundreds of tiny things that irritate me about this game. Like, we've talked about them. You've heard me talk about them. I'm not going to belabor the point and talk about them all again. But like the microtransactions, which somebody said in the comments, like, oh, he had a good reason, why don't you read? No, he didn't. It's money, right? It's not, there's no call for that. People already donate. Just accept the amount of money that you're going to earn. Continue releasing. If you want more money, release more content. Content for a game like this is not hard to generate. Well, no, why am I don't want to rehash it. Point is, lots of little stuff about this game really chaps my ass, and I get tired of it. And it's little stuff like that. Like it every other item, even this, it says Rod of Recall, 1 of 1, implying we could use it one time. But we can use it over and over and over as much as we want. And it's just frustrating that there's an item that all of a sudden, oh, well, now, because now I made this thing. I don't know if I'm going to use it. Maybe it's amazing. I don't know. Physical power, arcane damage plus, spell power up. Yeah, I don't want this. Can be used to recover the crystal focus. So we could take this out and get that item back. There was no indicator to me that they were going to merge into one item. Part of a set. Well, there's no mention. Okay. It doesn't say what we would get from wearing multiple items of the set. It seems like it deals really good raw damage. But the other stuff it does, I don't really care about. +3 con and +3 will is not very meaningful to me. 10% arcane damage is not really meaningful to me. 12 physical power, it's only a +4 really, and that's not very meaningful. Spell power +4 is not super meaningful. I'm not going to use this. I get more raw damage out of this thing. Okay, I didn't mean to rant. Let's move on. Yes, our cat. I think our cat is dying. She's just laying on the floor, moaning a lot. So we got her. They left her in the yard, and we couldn't find anyone to claim her. And we're really not the kind of people to turn away an animal. So, like, she's ours now, right? And she just was never right. She always would fall over herself. Explosion dealing 69 cold damage. Would that affect our teammate? Or would it affect us? Because we would more likely give that to our... Man, an explosion dealing 69 cold damage on every hit? It doesn't say there's a chance. It just says explosion. Cold damage. Cold resistance. Cold damage +4. We're going to try this thing. We're going to try this. And see if that's really what I think it is. Also got the great sword. I don't want the cloak we never looked at. Cold resistance, cold damage. Some stats I don't really care about. Equilibrium, psi I don't care about. Yeah, and don't really want that. Mail of bloodletting. 2 strength, 2 con, lots of resistances. What are we wearing right now? High armor, high defense, damage when hit. And a bunch of saves. Okay. Cashmere cloak. Bloodletting. 4 armor, 2 defense, 2 strength, 2 con. Lots of resistance. And that's it. And it gives us the bloodthirst technique, which doesn't even say what that does. So I have no idea if that's good or not. The resistances would be really nice. I'm hesitant to give up 6 damage every time we get hit. High armor, high defense, and tons of saves. I think this is better. I could be wrong. We could give this to our worm and see if that is something that would be good for him. Oh, we went down. I meant to go... we went up. I meant to go down. Let's check our wormy boy's equipment. Inventory. Radius. Melee hit. 10% chance to reduce damage. Pretty high resistances. Output damage changes. Also high resistance. We'll give him this. No, we won't. I like this already. We're just going to pretend everything is fine. And we're just going to ignore it. He's leveled up at least once since then. Increases strength. We will increase... I mean, we decided we didn't actually want this. Or no, we did want this. Every time he gets hit, it's a damage to the enemy. And it's a damage over time effect. And it decreases their accuracy and potentially their armor. So we do want that. And then he doesn't have any generic points, so it doesn't matter. And we'll level our character as well. Can we... Okay. We're just going to put the rest into vitality or whatever. Max out our tentacle ability. We went this last time. Maybe we should continue increasing our physical defense, because we're taking tons of damage. I would like more defensive abilities. We don't have a lot of defensive abilities. It seems like this whole tree is offense. This whole tree is spawning enemies. This tree is kind of utilitarian. Increase accuracy and spell power. 5 turn. Your body grows much bigger. Able to walk through walls, increasing all damage and all resistance by 12%. That seems defensive, because we could increase our resistances. For 5 turns. Costs 20 insanity, though. What does this one do? Unlock the true power of your mutated body. Immunity. Critical strikes, darkness, and blight damage are increased by 4. That does seem good. So we're going to want to go up this tree, I think, next. Because this has some defensive ability, and this makes us immune to stuns, which would be excellent. To get some more stun immunity, because stun really can hurt us. I think we'll just put this into armor. I don't know if that's even the right choice, but that's what we're going to do. Let's head down, and we'll head to the next level. Previous level. No, I don't... This is it? There's not more to this dungeon? Now I'm really confused, because we tried putting in other codes and nothing happened. So what's the point of this dungeon? Okay, so I guess we rod a recall out of here. I guess it's just a randomly generated dungeon. Let's go back in. Let's wait for our rod of recall to come off cooldown. We'll head back in. It is a different map. We're going to hide, and we're going to pop our rod of recall. And we're just going to teleport back to the map. I guess it's just a place for you to kind of grind experience. Like if you don't, like currently we're waiting to go to the next, like the undead tower. If we wanted to grind more experience, we could just infinitely go in and out of that dungeon, would be my guess. I kind of like that exists. I do like having random, like when a game like this or Adam, where there are pre-generated areas, like this dungeon will always be here, this dungeon will always be here, whatever, like the puppy dungeon will always exist. That kind of stuff bothers me. I do like random stuff. So I kind of like that they have an area where we could just grind random dungeons if we wanted to. We never got the lumberjack quest this time around. I wonder why. Oh, we didn't explore up here. I mean, it doesn't look like there's anything here. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, portal to the Santascape. Uh-huh. So I guess that's another event. Not visited. Does not even tell you what level to expect. Why don't we... I mean, we have a couple minutes left. I guess we'll explore now. Santascape. As you touch the snowman, you feel arcane forces wrapping around you. Suddenly the weather turns cold, very cold. There's snow all around you, and you hear terrible noises all around you. You just said all around you. Don't do that. As if ice itself turned against you. Could you have landed in the fabled Santascape? You have heard rumors of this place, a place filled with joy and presence, yet you feel unwelcome. Now, I will say, this is a personal thing. I really like games that work in seasonal things. Like when I played World of Warcraft growing up, I really liked that they had different holidays throughout the year. Borderlands 2, most of the DLCs were seasonal. You know, the Wattle Gobbler and the Snowman and all that stuff. I really like when games do that. Fail to disarm a trap. So there are traps here. I really like when games do that. I don't know how much I love ToME's version of those things. I thought the Plumpkin was like basically just a big middle finger. Because we got this Plumpkin thing that, I mean, I guess it increases our damage, is cool. And we could turn into the Plumpkin, but all I remember that doing is giving us a fart ability, which I think is so stupid. Don't really understand why you would code a fart into your game. But, whatever. I'm not in charge of things. Let's whirlwind. You look pretty scary. What are you? Ultimate Shivgaroth. Shivgaroths are mighty ice elementals torn away from their home world by powerful magic. 23 elite. Okay. I mean, I am low on health. Let's heal. We'll constrict him. Maybe we should have farmed some like cold resistance gear before we came here. Hits us for 33. Okay. That cold area of effect, I think, is going to grow into a problem for us. 131 damage, and we're frozen to the ground. Not loving it. Let's tentacle whip him. He died. I don't... Starts regenerating health. That's him. Why is this AoE still here? Why can't I move? I can swap positions with my guy, but I can't move? I don't understand why that would be a thing. Feeling a little outclassed here. A little worried about how many there are going to be. Like, this is a nice area where if we need to retreat, we kind of can because of the trees. But the Plumpkin basically plopped us down in a field and surrounded us by like 10 enemies. So I'm kind of hoping that doesn't happen again, because I really, you can't really be very tactical when you're in a big open area and there's no room to maneuver or do anything. So we'll just have to keep our eyes open and be careful. Man, I should just auto-explore, but I'm nervous. Just auto-explore, instantly frozen. Like, didn't even stop when they saw the enemy. It just let him freeze us. So we're frozen. Uh-huh. Whirlwind, pop our shield, bump attack, bump attack. Okay. Just taking tons of damage. Everything seems to have that ice AoE, which is really sticking it to us. So I'm very... feel like we should go back to the world map and not explore this. But also it's new content, and I want to show new content. We're taking literally like half our health of damage every single enemy. What is hitting us for so much? Greater Shivgaroth. Greater Shivgaroth. 45 plus 100 plus... I mean... Okay. Even with the shield up, we seem to be losing our shield over the span of a turn. Please stop running away. Like, you're an elemental. Why would you run away? You don't have a concept of self-preservation. You're a magical construct. Okay. Okay, calm down. I'm just, you know... not a great day. It's been, you know, like I said, our cat, I think, is gonna... They have a vet appointment for her tomorrow. We think she was abandoned because her family didn't want to pay for whatever treatment the cat needed. And, like, she's just laying around all day moaning, and I feel terrible for her. And, like, I don't even like cats, but, like, I sat with my cat and was just petting her because I thought, like, if she's dying, I kind of want someone to be there. You know, my family wasn't here. It's like I kind of want someone to be there if she's going to die. And, yeah, it was just, I'm worried about her. And then she has a vet appointment tomorrow, and they basically said, like, yeah, I think we're going to let them put her down. Because, like, historically, my family does not let go of animals, right? Like, it's a terrible thing to do. But there are people like this in the world who, you know, you love your animal, and you think, like, I just want to hold on to them a little longer. I want to keep feeding them pills. Maybe we can get ahead of this. And the reality is that your animal is suffering and just having a declining quality of life for months. And then you finally, like, are so tore up about it that you finally make the decision to put them down. And it's so hard. And it's like, just if they're suffering and you don't think it's a fixable thing, let them go. It's better for the animal if you let them go. So I was surprised to hear my family say, like, we might put her down, because normally they don't do that. Normally I have to tell them, like, look, like, we had a dog that well, you don't want to know, but basically dog was very sick, would not come in the house, and had some serious sores and things. And I just remember telling my family, like, he is in pain. Why are you keeping him alive when he's suffering? Just make the decision. I know it's hard. I know it hurts. I know we love him. But this is the best thing for him, is to put him down. And they were so reluctant. And so it surprised me to hear them talk like that about the cat. but I also think that is what needs to happen. The cat is having a lot of problems walking. It seems to be not able to climb. It seems confused a lot. It's not healthy. It seems like it's hurting. It's just moaning in pain. I think it should be put down. So it's a real hard decision to make, but, you know. And again, I don't even like cats, but, like, it hurts me to think about the animal being killed. It's horrible. So anyway, we're way over time, and you probably don't want to hear me talk about euthanasia. So we're euthanizing an animal. So, yeah, that's going to do it. I guess we'll come back to the Sandscape, which I'm not loving. Everything seems to deal AoE cold damage. You know, it's kind of like when we went to the Bearscape and everything was like stunning us. You could add variety to this. Like, even though it's the Sandscape, yes, everything cold, whatever, you could have just as easily packed it with gnomes or something. Like, you didn't have to make every enemy this ice elemental enemy. There's other stuff you can do and still work in the lore of a Sandscape or the Holiday or whatever. That's one of the reasons why the Borderlands 2 expansions appealed to me so much, is that, yes, they were seasonal, but they had like their own unique take on things. Like the Wattle Gobbler was like a giant turkey, and lots of people would get together and try to fight the turkey, and it was a neat, it wasn't just, let's do a Thanksgiving theme thing. No, they put their spin on it. It was a really clever, not clever, but it was a really unique experience that I've never really gotten from another game. You know, you can dress things up and still have it be a unique spin on. So it doesn't matter. Anyway, we're way over time. Thanks for watching. I'll be back with more in the near future. See you next time.